All right, class. So this is for February 1st, the class when we're not meeting. So as you can tell, I'm in my fit, my Tuesday fit, and you guys are going to need to watch this for our Thursday class. Just to be quite honest, it's simple, but I'm just wanting to make sure that you guys are following instructions, following along, and doing exactly what you need to do in this class. So if you notice on my screen, this is God's glory among the nations, lesson 4. As I kind of look through it, the essence of this particular lesson is really your role to play in a variety of ways in which you can play a role in advancing the mission of God, which is to glorify Himself among all nations by participating in the mission of the church, which is to make disciples of all nations to the glory of God, utilizing the missionary task, and of course, playing your role in it. So, watch this video, look at these different things. I want you to not just look at them, read through them. I really want you to click on as many of these as possible. I want you to investigate. For example, this one where it says attend an IMB training event. I want you to click on some of these and see ways in which you could potentially activate further your role in the mission of God. How amazing would it be that one of you would actually take a look at some of the short-term trips here and then utilize one of your weeks in the upcoming years to actually go on a short-term trip in partnership with your local church to go and see all this that's taking place. All right, so you got a variety of different things here that you can look at, and I want you to spend some time looking at it. And I also want you to take a look at your church's role. Of course, related to the quiz, I'm asking you guys to really assess your church in one regard to one of these aspects, and make sure that you're utilizing this as a proactive way to infuse a greater missions ethos into the life of your church. That's why I'm doing this class. I'm doing this class because I want to spread a greater zeal for God's mission, for the mission of the church amongst you into the churches that you're a part of. And so we have a lot of ways, for example, we can care for missionaries. And sometimes we don't do that altogether well. You ask a missionary, and you'll discover that a church will show up for a short season and they'll be excited about it. But that the longer that they are there, it's rare to have good churches that stick with them through thick and thin. And it's natural maybe because there's a lot of turnover from their sending church or that church that participates with them. Maybe the pastor has changed staff, or the family that was connected to them move. But these are things that you need to look at and see and discover ways in which your church can increase their role in helping God's glory to be made known among the nations. So you've got some pause and reflecting moments here. Also, the role of suffering in God's mission. You know, it's so funny, like you'll go through this particular lesson, all of it actually, God's glory among the nations. And then you see this just add on at the end, the role of suffering in God's mission. This is a new iteration of their training. The one that they had before this, they included this as well. I think you need to see the message that the International Mission Board is proclaiming. They're just trying to make it very abundantly clear that suffering is really inevitable, and it is the way in which God oftentimes advances His mission, of course through Jesus, the suffering servant, but for sure through His church and all the ways in which the church on earth has had to suffer and become a mighty witness as a result of that. So please take your time to read through this, check all that out, and then you kind of close out with a story of Lottie Moon. Whoever's assigned to Lottie Moon can potentially use this as well, and wrap up this particular lesson. I want to do one more thing, just in case there are some people who decided to go ahead and tune out on this particular video lecture. Everyone is required to send Jordan West, my instructor, a Canvas message. In other words, you message him in Canvas in this particular class, Jordan West, and you need to just simply put in the subject line, I watched the lecture for lesson 4 in its entirety. I watched the lesson 4, the lecture in its entirety. You need to do that because I need to actually understand who's actually rolling with me and making sure that you're going through every aspect of this very simple class, but done with intentionality so that we can really understand this introduction aspect of Christian mission and lay a proper foundation for you, not only for future classes that you will take, maybe in the world of intercultural studies and Christian mission, but of course the way in which you want to live that out personally through your church, and of course, God willing, to the ends of the earth. So God bless you guys. Do all this, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday. All right.